Hello. Black Bean Samson here today. What we're going to be talking about today is a Colombian student, a genius, a physics genius, who is on a drunken rant talking about how white people invented the modern world and how he is so hated now for saying so. It's interesting. It's interesting. This is an interesting microcosm of what's happening in America and Western countries, where uh, everybody besides this this guy particular now as a particular example, everybody's able to sit there and be supportive, is could be completely 100% um, um, like loyal, could be um, this is you give all credit due to certain things, or you apply what what is best or what has been better, um, who has produced the most, or whatever the case is. It's if you're a white person that applies anything that white people have been better or done anything that's been slightly more achievable, more successful, suddenly you're automatically labeled as evil, bad, and it's just like what? Like, what? I mean, just in the video left alone, this video, he essentially just gets verbally attacked constantly, and then he gets some hands um, I don't know what you want to call them, hand signals, like, from middle finger at them, and it's just like, why are you guys doing? Do you have white people that do that when you're talking about how black people are the ones who actually created everything, and how white people are just the ones that stole it from them? Like, do you see white people just coming up and just throwing their middle finger in front of their faces constantly doing that? No, you don't. You don't. And if you do, please show us, and I'll be happy to condemn that person. Because you shouldn't be doing that. It's not right. It's not right. It's wrong. It's wrong to sit there. Like, there's other ways to go and prove someone incorrect without being hostile and that type of way, in that manner. Let people have their rants. You don't need to have violence tendencies because someone wants their rants. That is no good. That brings censorship, which is no good, because if people are in fear of being able to speak up and do things, like, you having the pen to speak their mind, what's left is the sword. So I don't know what people want most. You want the pen and voice, or do you want the sword and fist? Because that's literally what's going to happen, and that's not a good thing. That's a very sad situation if it gets to that point. But this is a microcosm of of what that's coming down to, is that simply this kid, who is a genius, actually a physics genius, and somehow got on the rant of white people created modern society. We're gonna watch that video now.
We built the modern world. Europeans built the modern world.
And what he means by that is that I don't know exactly where he got that information. I don't know if he listens to, like, or I'm sorry, not listens to, read to Charles Morey, or even listens to, like, Stefan Molyneux, or listens to anybody who talks about um, essentially, like, race and IQ, or if you can list down all the inventions that have been brought to the forefront and now is used all around the world, widely around the world, like who has created those, where did all that come from? Uh, I'm not sure where he exactly got that from, but it's interesting because human accomplishment talks a lot about that type of stuff. It's very very interesting, and I'll get back to that here in a bit.
Invented science industry. We invented science industry.
I want to point out too is that back at that point where that right there, you see how she just comes up there and like starts to like, it's like she's trying to like shut him up, pinch his lips. What would you think women would be screaming about if a man was doing that? I just think about that. Just, I know it's a heat of the moment. She was probably just as drunk as he is. Who knows? But I hope that she never goes around and screams about one day someone tries to hush, don't say that. Like
Invented science industry. We invented
shoo your hand away.
You want to tell us to stop because oh my god, we're so
Let me
bad.
speak, woman.
We invented the modern world. I feel you. No, we invented the modern world. You fucking degenerate. We saved
And you hear that? Fucking degenerate. Like, well, for what? For him saying that Europeans created the modern world? That's, I don't know. It sounds like a challenge for an argument. Let's challenge it. And let's prove it wrong if it's the case. Be great. That would be great.
billions of people from starvation. Are you joking? We built modern civilization. White people are the best thing that ever happened to the world. We are so amazing, and I love myself, and I love white people. Say that one more time. Fuck you.
Oh. Say that one more time. Why are you asking me to say that? Usually when someone says that, say that again. Say that again. Say that one more time. Say that one more time. It's like, say one more time or else. Like, what? Like, I don't know what? Again, this is that microcosm. One white person among a whole bunch of other people who don't want to be supportive of what Europeans have given to the world. Just like when they want to sit there and be supportive of who they identify with and what they brought to the world. Like
White people, right here. Fuck yeah, white men. We're white men. We did everything. I don't hate other people. I just love white men. I just love white men.
Oh yeah, there are people I just hate. What I just love white people or love white men. And I bet if they asked them if you love white or black people and Hispanic people or Mexicans or South American, he probably would have said I love them too. But nobody asked him that, or at least the video stopped before potentially even if any of that was asked. But if you go down here below, what's interesting is the Columbia University took into action. Oh, when they found this out, oh my god! Like, let's talk about full unleash of their SJW military, like problem making solvers. Like I don't know, like, so what they right here. I'm gonna read the top right here. So we write to you to unequivocally denounce a deeply disturbing racially charged incident involving Columbia undergrads that took place in front of Butler Library and JJ's Place early this morning. Many of you have heard about or seen the alarming footage online, which includes painful language directed towards students of color in our community. Although we cannot comment on the proceedings, this incident is already under investigation by the Officer of Student Conduct and Community Standards, and we want to assure you that it will be investigated thoroughly, beginning with interviews of witness. Like, what? Like, what? Whoa. Can you wrap your mind around that for a moment? Can you wrap your mind around that for a moment? That's sad. It's sad that these people would act like this video footage of this kid talking about how he proclaims his love essentially and his admiration for the Europeans and his ancestors is somehow painful language directed towards student of color in the community. You that right there. I mean, in that video, there was nothing directed towards students of color or people who are minorities or who identify as people of color, student of color, whatever. I just. So yeah, I want to get to this real quick. So down here, there's a video of him out there. It's eighth grade graders physics theory, and he wrote a book on quantum physics back in 2015 titled Physics Reforged: The New Theory of Parallel Universe, Hidden Dimensions, and the Fringes of Reality, which people appear to buy just to support him. It says, okay, which is interesting. This kid's smart. This kid's obviously smart. This kid is probably no dummy, like by any standards. And if I was to guess, because of this video right here, makes him look like What do you guess? I can't find his age. I only looked real quick. But if I was to guess, he's probably only about 16, 17 now. And in this video, he's probably like, what, 11, 12? Maybe max 14. So yeah, if I was to guess, he's at the max right now, probably 17, maybe 18. But there's a good chance in that video that just got thrown out. He was like probably 17, 16, 16, 17. So, what I want to go to Stefan Molyneux, because where this kid is talking about where Europeans are the ones who pretty much, built the modern world, or at least gave him the tools to create the modern world, and hopefully these tools that were given to us by the Europeans, hopefully we utilize them rather than take them and like just let them go to the wayside or use them to destroy ourselves. That's what it seems like pretty much what's happening now, is that we're just giving up rights and whatnot, and it's just so yeah, from 800 BC to 1950 AD, 97% of the world's scientific advancements occurred in Europe and North America. 98% of the significant figures were male. No white male, no modern world. And I agree. I agree with Stefan Molyneux. Like if those are exact true figures and facts, I agree with them. And so far, nobody else is really out there showing opposite or opposing data. And there's a reason why for that. Because nobody else can legitly bring to the forefront all their culture, what they brought. They just can't. I wish they could. Asia is like or Asians, like China and that. Excuse me. Are literally the only ones that come close to providing, stuff. Well, actually, not come close to, but they're like the only other ones who really brought stuff to the forefront. And there's a couple other stuff from way back then. I think I've heard the claim that Arabs are the ones that actually created algebra, but I'm not really sure. Who knows? Maybe if you look deeper and deeper, there's that came from somewhere else. Like, so, this kid is getting this information from who knows? Maybe him or Stefan Molyneux, from like Charles Murray, or from Stefan Molyneux, and Stefan Molyneux gets it from the Human Accomplishment. And I want to leave off of this. A culture that no longer recognizes achievement or thinks in terms of greatness is, of course, to spiral down into a stagnation and sensing. I don't even know the word I can't say. It's something to think about because it does seem like as white people don't recognize their past cultures. You know, if you're Dutch, if you're Sweden, if you're Finland, if you're British, if you're all these Western civilization cultures of the white culture, or the bigger picture of the white, uh, subcategory. Um, it's sad. You could see the diminishing of our nations right in front of our eyes. Hopefully, we can put a stop to it. So something, speak up. You gotta speak up. If you like this podcast, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this podcast, please like and subscribe. Please comment down below if you have anything to add or give advice or just want to say hi. Thank you. Have a great day.